Welcome to SOMA Academy. I'm Siad Malim, and today I'm going to discuss how to identify prime numbers and composite numbers. Before we get started, if you have not already subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell. That way, when I release new content like this, you will get notified. Let us start with the definition of what prime numbers are. Prime numbers are numbers that have only two factors. Basically, prime numbers are numbers that have only two factors. So what that means, they are only divisible by 1 and itself. So in order to identify whether a number is a prime number or not, then all you have to do is check whether that number has only two factors or more. Okay, so let us start with identifying whether the following numbers are prime numbers or not. For example, 2. Is 2 a prime number? So how you identify whether 2 is a prime number is you find the factors of 2. So 2 is only divisible by 1 and itself. When you divide 2 by 1, you get 2, and then you divide 2 by itself, you get 1. So the only factors of 2 are 1 and 2. And since we said prime numbers are numbers that have only two factors, then 2 is actually a prime number. Okay, let's try 5. Is 5 a prime number? So 5, you divide it by 1, you get 5. You divide by 2, it's not divisible. By 3, it's not also divisible. So the next number that 5 is divisible for is just 5 itself. Therefore, the only two factors of 5 are just 1 and itself, which is 5. So because it has two factors, 5 is also a prime number. Okay, let's do the next one. Is 9 a prime number? Okay, so 9 is divisible by 1. That goes into it by 9 times. So it's not divisible by 2, so I divide it by 3. 9 is divisible by 3. When you divide 9 by 3, you get 3. And so the next number, 3 divided by itself is 1. Okay, so what are the factors of 9? 9 has, so the factors of 9 are 1, 3, and 9 itself. So the factors of 9, I mean, are 1, 3, and 9, because 9 is divisible by 1, 9 times. 9 is divisible by 3, 3 times. 9 is also divisible by 9, so by 1 time. So that gives me 9 has 3 factors. Okay, so there are 3 factors for 9. Therefore, since the number of factors are more than 2, so 9 is not a prime number. Okay, let me repeat. In order to identify whether a number is a prime number, the condition is that that number should only have 2 factors. If it has more than 1 factor, then that number is not a prime. It's actually called a composite number if it has more than 2 factors, which is what we are going to look at next. Okay, so what is a composite number? A composite number is basically a number that has more than 2 factors. 2 or it has more than 2 factors. Okay, so let me write here more than 2 factors. Or if a number has more than 2 factors, then it is a composite. Okay, so let us start with the following. Identify whether the following number are composite numbers or not. Okay, so is 12 a composite number? Okay, let us do this. Is 12 a composite number? All we have to do is identify the factors of 12. Okay, the factors of 12 are 12 is divisible by 2. 12 is also divisible by 3. 12 is also divisible by 4. 12 is also divisible by 6. And 12 is divisible by itself, which is 12. It's also divisible by 1. So, in this case, the factors of 12 are 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, and 1. And that is how many factors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, because it has more than 2 factors, then this 12 is a composite number. Yes, 12 is a composite number and it is not a prime number, okay? Because it has more than 2 factors. Okay, let us look at 23. 23 is divisible by 1. It's not divisible by 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or any other number except itself, which is 23. Okay? So, because it has only 2 factors, 1 and itself, this number is actually a prime number and not a composite number. Okay? So, 23 is a prime number and not a composite number. Okay. Let's check whether 21 is a composite number or a prime number. 21. 21 is divisible by 1 because every number is divisible by 1. Okay, so 21 is also divisible by 3 because that gives you 7. 21 is divisible by 7 because that gives you 3. And 21 is also divisible by itself. So, how many factors do we have here? We have 1, 3, 7, and 21. So that's more than 2. That's more than 2 as per the definition of composite number. Therefore, 21 is a composite number. 21 is a composite number and not a prime number. So just to recap, a prime number is a number that has only 2 factors. That means it is only divisible by 1 and itself. A composite number is a number that has more than 2 factors. So 4, for example, the number 4 is a composite number. Why? Because 4 is divisible by 1, by 2, and by 4 itself. Okay, so it has more than 2 factors. Okay, but 7 is not a composite number because 7 is only divisible by 1 and 7 itself. So it has only 2 factors. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I will stop it there for today. Please do not forget to subscribe. Until then, happy learning.